What's up, y'all? Marcus Frazier here from Teachable Tuesday. See, I motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to be a better you. Thank you for joining me today. Greatly appreciate it. I'd like to welcome you to episode 3 of the Tekken Tag Tournament Bowl. And first and foremost, let me apologize for missing last week. Normally, I record a lot of these videos in advance. I really haven't done so lately because I kind of had a minor burnout, and also I've just been really busy. And last Saturday, I just needed a day of rest. Listen, if you are a content creator, it is very important to make sure you balance out work and rest, because a lot of people think content creation is easy. It's not. It takes a lot of work, especially if you're an editor and so on and so forth. But nonetheless, we are back with episode 3, which today we have 2 groups competing against each other to see if they're going to make it to the second round of the Tekken Tag Tournament Bowl Season 2. Today, we have Armor King and Gunjack versus Anna and Bryan. If I'm being a little biased right now, I'm going to kind of go with Anna and Bryan. Not necessarily because they're my particular favorites or anything. My favorites will be coming up later on. But any team that Bryan Fury seems to be on for bowling, he is like really good. You will see why in just a second. But yeah, looking forward to today's episode. Who's going to make it to the second round? Let's find out. Come on in. Alrighty, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go ahead and kick off episode 3 of the Tekken Tag Tournament Bowl Season 2. Got a very interesting matchup today. We got 2 groups that are powerhouses, but only one group is going to make it to the second round. Let's see what Armor King has to offer for the first one. And he goes in with an 8-10 split. Not the greatest way to start off, but you know what? It's early. Anything can happen. We don't know what the second team is going to do. Let's see what Gunjack. Is he going to aim for the 2? And, oh, he almost had it. That was really close. All right, so 9 points. Not a bad way to start off. We got Anna going on next. And a lot of people underestimate Anna because they think she's an average bowler. But you know what? She gets 8 pins, but it ain't an 8-2 split. Now, with Bryan Fury, here's the reason why he's good. If you look at him, he has that calculation pose like Jack and Gun Jack and Prototype Jack. Or should I say Jack 2 for real. But it's not as fast, so it allows him to aim a little bit better. And speaking of aiming, he starts off with a spare. So really good job by the second group. But again, it's still early. Anything can change. Let's not speak too soon. And speaking of speaking too soon, Armor King definitely made that up for last round. This time making sure he gets a strike. How will Anna and Bryan follow it up? We're going to start off with a pretty slow bowl. Really slow. And straight down the middle. So 8-10 split. Ooh, okay. All right. So Bryan has a chance to go ahead and make that up to try to see what he can do. And he gets 1. All right. So both teams have had an 8-10 split at this point. Still anybody's game. Still early. And speaking of still early, Armor King said, you know what? I'm trying to shut this down early. He's saying, Gunjack, don't even worry. I got your back, dog. How will Anna follow that up? A little bit of a faster bowl this time. And she gets a strike as well. Let's see it in slow motion. That is a great way to follow up after what just happened. All right, so, you know, much like the other 2, or should I say 4 teams have started, it's been a very fast start. 3 strikes in the world. Is Gunjack even going to have a chance to bowl? I'm just saying. Let's find out. And then she goes ahead with another one. Not a strike this time, but still in a good position. Bryan, let's see what he can get. Will he get a spare to follow up? All right. Good job. Armor King. Can he get 4 maybe? Maybe 4 in a row? Oh, not quite. Thought he was going to get 4. It happens. Gunjack, get the spare. All right, 3 strikes in the spare. You know what? That is not a bad way to start off the round. Anna, what is she going to get? This time, she gets a strike. So a lot of teams, they're just trading, you know, big points right now. Strikes and spares. So both teams are doing really well. Armor King, let's see what he does this time. He follows up with a strike and says, okay, if you can do it, I can do it too. All right, Anna, let's see if she follows up with it. She get a strike? Let's find out. And Anna, not quite, doesn't get a strike. But Bryan, pretty sure it's going to be easy spare for him. All right, he goes ahead and knocks it down. Armor King back to it. Let's see what he does this time around. And Armor King gets a, oh no, not another 8-10 split. But you know what? Let's see what Gunjack is going to do. He decides to go ahead. Oh, I see what he was trying to do there. He was trying to get the split, but didn't quite work out. But that's okay. It happens sometimes. And Anna, very, very slow bow. Very, very slow strike. And that's a great way to capitalize off your opponent, especially considering that you're a little bit behind. How will the first team follow up? Armor King follows up with a strike of his own. All right. Guys, we got about 2.5 frames left. I don't know who's going to win. You know, that's one thing I loved about the season so far. It has been like relatively close. You don't really know which team is going to win until like probably like the last 1 or 2 frames. And if this keeps up, I think this is going to be a great season overall. All right, so I don't know what the score is right now, but it's relatively close. Armor King, will he get another strike? Not quite. But can he get a spare to go ahead and knock this down? Let's see. Gunjack. And you know the cool thing is, none of the teams have missed yet. So it's been really, really good, to say the least. Okay, a little bit of an 8-10 split. Not quite what you want going into the last frame, knowing the game is so close. Didn't quite get it. All right. So, it's about 154 for the second team. First team, we're going to say they have roughly around 170 something. Will they end it? The favorites that came in with Bryan, Fury, and Anna, they might be in trouble. But let's see. All right, so 174, that's how they're starting off. Will Gunjack get the 2 pins? All right. They have a chance to make this 194 at the most. Armor King, what you got? And that's exactly what happens. All right. So, in order for Anna and Bryan to have any whiff of a chance, actually, you know what? I take that back. They don't have a chance. Even if they were to get 3 strikes, the highest score they would have is 184. So, it looks like this game is GG. But can they go out at least with as many points as possible? And it starts off with 1 strike. Excellent job. Can she get 2? Let's find out. She gets 2 strikes, double. Will she get a punch out? This will be the first punch out in Tekken Tag Tournament Season 2. And she gets a punch out. Excellent job. So listen. Even though it was GG, Anna and Bryan went out with some respect. They said, you know what? It's cool. I'm going to be honest. What really messed Anna and Bryan up was that last frame. If you look at frames 9, if you want to zoom in a little bit closer, Gunjack and Armor King had a spare. And that's what really helped them out leading into the 10th frame. Unfortunately, Anna and Bryan had that 8-10 split. And that really messed it up. Especially considering that they were behind at that point. It really wasn't ever much of a point where they were ahead. You know, the first team was always ahead in some form of fashion, even though it was relatively close. And that just goes to show that even though there were no misses, there were no, I should say, really gutter balls for that matter, every point matters. And when you get 8-10 splits, which both teams had 2, it makes it kind of difficult to overcome. But nonetheless, again, Anna, Bryan, even though they were the favorites, just because you're the favorite doesn't mean you make it. They still went out with some respect. First punch out in Season 2. Armor King and Gunjack move on to the next round. It was a pleasure talking to you guys today. Make sure you join me next week for episode 4. Until next time, peace.